And I remember I was telling my friends, I have a picture, and it was us four. I was like, hey, one day watch, I'm open up a sick facility. Just watch. Concrete cutters come in. We were in here shoveling. 5, 6 of us, we're shoveling, getting things done. Having my vision, I have my goal, and then how can I work on that? Like, how do I become this person that I want to become? This is what's going to make you. This is what builds character.
And before we start this episode, I want to give a big thanks to the Supplement House, because without them, the House Talks podcast wouldn't even be possible. So if you're in the need for supplements, check them out in Abbotsford at the Rinks at Summit Center. And if you're not in the local Abbotsford area, you can check them out at supplementhouse.ca. With their new online store, you can now support them wherever you are. And with that being said, enjoy this awesome episode. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the House Talks podcast. Today we have a very special guest, and we're in a very special studio. We are inside Just Hustle Fitness, and we're here with Gaurav, the owner of the gym. So straight off the bat, what is Just Hustle, and why is it different than every other gym?
So our goal with Just Hustle, when we first started this, we opened up in April 15. So it's been about a month, 6 weeks now. Our goal was to open up a facility that was different. In the way when we mean different, meaning we want to open up something that was exclusive, private, luxury, and more of a lifestyle-based gym. So there's a lot of gyms out there, right? Big box gyms and things like that, but we wanted to focus more on a very niche environment, you can say. People that are looking for lifestyle, just want to get into a place where even people that don't like hitting the gym want to come to, right? Just because of the way the facility is designed, the vibes in the facility, how do you get to? So that was our main focus. So what we would like to, our main focus is getting it out there. Hey, we're a lifestyle facility, right? You're looking for a luxury, higher end lifestyle, exclusivity, a place where you can network, meet other people as well. So not just the gym aspect, but also something that you're able to be a part of, so a community. So that's why we only have 300 memberships. We're currently at 40%. It's been 6 weeks. So we're at 40% capacity. Response has been great. And that's what we're pushing out there. We get a lot of calls, emails about what we are. We are a full gym. We're a health club, but we're also more than that. We're focusing on lifestyle-based, creating a networking community for higher individuals that are looking to elevate their lifestyle, you can say, through health and fitness, and just meet other people within the community and grow themselves. So that's what our main focus is. We're a lifestyle facility. We offer personal training, we have fitness classes, all types of different memberships, sauna, showers, and things like that.
100%, brother. And South Surrey, was that the first location that you guys were looking at? And is there a reason why you chose down here?
So, I started to look for space back in 2021. I just started out through my storage garage, just doing personal training, group training, things like that. Always had a vision what I want to create. So I started looking for gyms back in 2021. COVID was going on. We thought I was going to finish, kept continuing. Our realtor at that time told us, hey, just stop there. I don't recommend looking for something that's not going to move away. So we stopped, and then a year later, beginning of 2023, started looking again. And before, when our first goal, when we were going to open up, we were thinking of more of an athlete type of gym. So more of a big storage space, or a very big facility, athlete space, right? Just a bunch of equipment, things like that. But then with that aspect, we thought about there's already so many facilities out there, right? Like we've already got the big wheels, we've got Fitness World, we've got Club 16. They're the big wheels in this era. So then that's when we started thinking about, okay, what's something different that we can do? So we shifted our space to more of a retail space. Rather than going for storage areas, we went to retail. And then when we got the concept of, hey, okay, we're going to go luxury, we're going to go lifestyle. Just roaming around, we checked a lot of places. Like, we were down in Guildford area. We even went a little bit down to Vancouver, Richmond area, Coquitlam. And this place just stood out. South Surrey stood out. The community here is great as well. We did a survey out here back in September. Was that September? September 2023 is when we did a survey about, hey, what type of gym they're looking for when we got to place and things like that. A lot of people said, they want a very exclusive, private, right, not too busy of a gym, extra amenities being offered and things like that. So that's what we brought out here. So that's worked out perfect.
100%, brother. And luxury based, is there a reason why you built that? Was that for longevity? Because I know an issue with a lot of these commercial gyms is you have people that hop around every 6 months and they don't feel that sense of community and sense of, oh, I really want to be at this location. Was that something where you were like, as you said, like, I want a community, I want people to feel comfortable in the gym? Is that something that was like top of mind when putting this all together?
Exactly. So that was the biggest thing. What I saw was, biggest thing that was missing here is that we don't have a community-based gym, you can say, just a health club, right? For example, when you look at golf clubs, right? Golf clubs, they've got it's a club that you can join, right? It's a lot more, definitely it's a lot more expensive, but people do join the club because they want to be a part of something, right? So in that factor, I felt like, hey, you know what, we're missing something in the fitness aspect, right? Like I said, we've got the big box gyms, we've got Fitness World Club 16. There's plenty of gyms out there that you can go. We have probably like 20 locations just in the lower mainland with Club 16 and Fitness World, right? You can hop around, but there's something that we're missing where you want to be a part of something. So even for myself, I always want to be a part of something. Like for example, I've been playing soccer my whole life, still play, and I was a part of a team. And that feeling of being a part of a team was probably one of the best feelings ever, right? You're going to practice, this is the time you go to practice, the same people you're going to see. So I want to create something that way for fitness, right? Where we build that community. So for example, now, like I said, we're 6 weeks in. We know everyone that comes in the morning. We know everyone that comes in the evening. Every single person here knows each other by their first name. And that feeling when, you know, your member walks in and you greet the member with their first name, they greet you with their first name, it's like you have that good relationship. And that's something that we wanted to build. When you go to these bigger gyms, you know, you don't know everybody's first name, right? You might not know the person beside you. Every single day you're going to see somebody different because the members, there's, you know, some facilities have 10,000 plus members, 5,000, right? 2,000 members. So that's why I felt like, you know what, I want to create something that's a community based, everyone knows each other. That's where we're going to make that network aspect. And that's something that's missing here. That's something that we need. And a lot of people want that to be a part of something. And also on top of that, a safe haven, right? When there's a limited amount of members, it also creates a safe haven just because you start to know people, right? There's people that come at the same time as you. You know them by their first name. When you know somebody by their first name and that the respectful way, it goes a far way, right? And that's why we want to bring that within our fitness club, and that's why we talk about where luxury meets fitness, right? So it's not just about the fitness aspect, it's more, like I said, about lifestyle, right?
Definitely. Not everyone just isn't bro. Hey, bro. Like
Or that weird head nod you say.
the weird head nod.
Ups if you don't know anybody. Ups if you know someone. Downs if you don't know anybody. Right?
Yeah. Headphones in your ear, you just keep it moving.
Nope.
You dab them up real quick.
But you touched on a good point though, like the team environment. Not everybody played a sport growing up. Like we played hockey. Connor, you played track, so you had the team environment. A lot of people just join the gym and they don't know anybody. So when you start knowing people first name basis, you got your own little teams in the gym, right? You grow to see their progress, you push each other, and you actually want to see them again, right?
Yeah, 100%. It makes a bit, you want to see them again. For example, story, so, you know, the Canucks were going far in the playoffs, yes, right? Slowly, you know, into the next round, right? And in here, like in the facility, everyone's cheering for the Canucks. So when the Canucks game would be on, sometimes we would have members walking with Canucks jerseys on, right? And when a member would be leaving, like we would know, okay, every single member is going to come early today because the Canucks game's at 7 p.m. We knew that. After 7 p.m., our facility is going to be dead. That community started building as well. People would be leaving out of the gym and be like, go Canucks, go. Coming in, are you guys ready for the game? Right? If we lose, like, how was the game? Yeah. Like that community aspect was building, right? Just because of everyone was cheering for the Canucks. They started building within our facility over a team in the lower mainland, right? So like seeing that and seeing the vision that I had of creating that, it's slowly building. And it's a great feeling.
No, 100%. Everyone does want to be a part of something, whether they realize it or they don't. Like whether even it comes to, there's reasons why people are such loyal to even places of work they work for sports teams, or even kids when they're part of certain friend circles. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to belong somewhere. Everyone wants to feel something. Everyone wants to feel something. So when they come through these doors, they want to feel like, you know, I'm at an exclusive gym, so they feel like they're taken care of, right? They're at a clean facility, and yeah, like they get that lifestyle. Like they've created that when they're away from home, right? Because like typically, where do people spend most of their time? At work and probably at home. So the third one is probably like the gym if you do work out.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
Like for us, like we play ice hockey, we spend a lot of time there when we're playing once or twice a week, but going to the gym's a big thing for all of us here. And honestly, picking the right spot, it's so important. I love the gym that I go to when I first started going. And I remember telling you this too, because it was empty at the time and there wasn't that many people. That's just me. And Jazz is probably going to like shake his head because he knows like I'm very talkative. So if someone comes talks to me, I don't know how to shut up. I'll just keep talking, right? And he knows, like if for Jazz a little bit of the opposite, he's good at just keeping his workout going because he's like, I'm here to do my workout, right? But truly, I honestly don't like being bothered because that's when I get my best workouts in. So being in a little bit of at a facility where the memberships are capped, honestly, I think that's a great idea.
Is there a certain type of client that you guys are looking for? Is there an application process? If somebody said, I want to come join Just Hustle Fitness, what's the next step?
So the way it works is first thing is we offer is a tour of the facility, right? We offer a tour of the facility. They're booking the time slots. They come in, we'll give them a full tour. Then we'll take them to our office. In our office, we'll just ask them about just what they're looking for, right? That's the first question we always ask. The reason why is we need to see if they will be a good fit for the facility, right? Is this something that will work out for them, right? The first thing somebody says, I'm tired of going to gyms that are so busy, I can't get a time to even, get this machine or that machine. Right from there, we know, okay, we'll be a great fit for you guys, right? If we have members coming in more of a different approach of they're looking for not that private exclusive aspect. If they're maybe just looking for a new facility, it gets a little bit confusing. So our number one thing is we're looking for that clientele that wants exclusivity, right? They want private. They don't want to be in a gym that's very busy and packed. That's the number one thing. So that's why we always take them to our office. We run them through a couple questions, ask them how their experience has been past gyms. Are they a beginner, right? How is their lifestyle with fitness, right? How many times they're going to the gym and things like that. So we just want to first learn about the member. Like I said, there's 300 members. We want to remember each member by their first name, make them feel comfortable in that way. So we want to ask about their fitness journey. And on top of that, we always have trainers here at the facility. So our trainers, you can always go up to them, ask them any questions. They'll always help you out. Right, so that's why we run them through that meeting process, show them full facility tour, ask them the questions, learn about them, and then from there we would give our feedback first if we can actually help them out with what they're looking for. We have some members that have come in and they're looking for something different. We'll tell them, hey, listen, the facility's not going to work out for you, right? Just because we won't be the best thing is we know the member most likely might not be here for a long time, and we're building that community aspect. So we want our members to be here. This is their home, right? So they come in, like I said, safe haven, and this is like a home gym for them. So that's our main focus, and that's how we run our step process, rather than just signing up a member right away.
100%. Because one of the things around building community is somewhat of a similar interest, and so if somebody comes in and they don't align with any goals that you guys are trying to accomplish, it's not that they're a bad person or not right for a gym in general. It's just, hey, it's maybe not this gym
exactly
in particular. And I think that's super crucial. I mean, you look at a lot of communities that get a lot of traction. It's a good central idea and people are building around that, which I think is spot on for you guys.
It's because our main thing is, like I said, we want our members to feel a part of a community. And the way they're going to feel a part of a community is when we at least learn about our members, right? Know who our member is, right? So if we get, for example, Karn, you come sign up, right? In the beginning, when I get to know you, I ask you those questions, I know some background information about you, right? I know, okay, Karn's trains 3 times a week, right? So I know to expect Karn to come to the gym 3 times a week. Or, Karn's like, hey, I'm a morning person, I like to come Monday to Friday. I love coming in the mornings. I know he's going to come in the morning. So for me to always, expect you to come, we've actually, some members that we have, maybe we didn't see a member for 2 weeks. So we have our staff. If we don't see a member that hasn't come in 2 weeks, we'll give them a phone call. Hey, Karn, it's been 2 weeks. I haven't seen you. Is everything okay? And they're like, yeah, hey, man, just got lazy. Come on, we got to get you back in. And that, we've got such a great response because of that. Members like, oh, wow, you guys checked in. And we're able to check in. It's 300 members. We're able to check in. We know by face, like when you're coming into work, I'm currently always opening up. I'm coming in the morning. I know who's coming at what time, who to expect. And if I don't see someone for those 2-3 weeks, I'll give them a call. Hey, it's Gaurav. I haven't seen you. You always come at 6 a.m. What's going on? And they're like, hey, man, been so busy with work, but hey, I'm going to try to come tomorrow. And that's how we're building that community aspect of checking in with our members. And all of our staff knows that. So when somebody's working, they know, okay, during this time, if this guy doesn't come, I'm going to give him a phone call.
That's dope. And that I feel like that really is aligned with the people that you're allowing in. Like, my guess is, it's people that might be athletes or professionals of whichever industry, but more so it's that accountability aspect. If someone called me and I didn't go to the gym for a week,
I'd feel like shit. I'd be like, man, fuck, I'm going right now.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming right now. You're being held accountable.
It's big. It's big.
Yeah, it's huge.
Accountability, and that also just makes, if you receive a call like that, you're like, damn, they care about me.
Yeah, and you just don't feel like a number either, right? A lot of places, whether even if it's the supplement industry, the gym industry, sometimes you just feel like a number. People, they come in, they try to sell you a bunch of stuff, get out of there. They don't care if you're shopping for the long term. They just care about that sale now. Same thing with the gym, right? Like gyms, commercial gyms, just from my knowledge, and some of them account. They already know. Okay, we're gonna have this many people that are gonna that are gonna cancel their membership. But it is what it is, right? And for me, it's just like, since you're able to build like a tight knit community, you can kind of come down to something. If someone's gonna cancel, you kind of figure out why. How is it? Are you injured? Do you have some things going on at home? What is it? Hey, maybe let's not cancel. Let's pause it. Like we'll hold on to you. We'll let you come back. Let's figure that thing out, and we'll come back.
So that's why we do have that pause aspect for our memberships.
That's awesome.
So we have 3 different types of membership. 2 of our membership have where you can pause your membership for this amount of time in a year. Because life happens, things come up. Sometimes you want to go to the gym, you can pause your payments and things like that. So we do have that aspect, and that's the main reason we have it. Because at the end of the day, we don't want to lose our members, right? We want those 300 members, and we want to keep them to build that community, right? We're always welcoming new faces. That's never a problem either. But that's the way we're going to build that community, is keeping our members, right?
100%. Because when I tore my tricep, in order to pause my membership, I was getting grilled, man. Like, these guys were just asking it, and I get it. Like, I'm sure people BS and whatever, but I'm just like, dude, like, I'm wearing a brace right in front of them. I was like, I didn't just go buy this brace just to throw on. I was just like, can you just pause my membership so I can recover and then come back, like, when I can come back? But no, I think that's perfect, because a lot of people, I've noticed, I'd say a lot of people usually aren't like in love with the gym that they go to. They just go out of convenience, or they just don't know where else to go, right? And I've noticed that. So this model of this niche model, I feel like in the gym industry, like, we study supplement stores, we study the supplement industry and stuff like that, but also gyms, because it kind of it aligns with what we do. And I've really starting to see the shift of smaller gyms, and I don't mean small as a space or anything like that, but smaller gyms as in not being commercial gyms, kind of starting to pop up more.
Yeah, no, for sure, that's definitely.
No, I feel it's also like the conversation I had with you last time was people that are new to the gym, they're so uncomfortable going somewhere else, right? So when you have a tight-knit community, you're comfortable there,
that's
right?
That's something like that safe haven, right? Having that safe haven. For example, if you think about when we all first started going to the gym, we were scared, right? Like, you were, the first day you're gonna go step into the gym, you're just walking in, you don't know what to expect, right? There's all different types of people, you don't know who's who. So that's why when you first start going to the gym, you always bring a friend with you, or 3-4 friends with you, right? To start to feel comfortable, right? So that's our main thing is, because I've been through that. When I first started working out back in, I was young, right? Like, I think I was 14, 15 years old when I first started at the recreation center, and I was scared every time I went. Right, and like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I can ask somebody a question, or what if I need a spot, whatever happens, right? So then I got one of my friends, hey, let's start going to the gym. I had to push him to go to the gym to start feeling a little bit comfortable. It took me, I think, so probably 2-3 years to start feeling comfortable at my recreation center, right, to build that community aspect. Yeah. So that was my biggest thing. So that is something I don't want here. That's my biggest goal. Somebody that's coming new to the gym, first thing first is I want them to feel welcome, right? That's even for our staff. We have our staff trained in the way as, hey, anytime somebody's walking, there's no script that we're following. We're making people genuinely happy, genuinely, a hello, a goodbye. Just be genuine with it. There's no script you have to follow, and that goes a far way, right? Learning about your members, learning about your clients, right? Making them feel. That's the only way we can build a community. That's the only way we'll be able to build a community under Just Hustle. That's the type of community we want, and we want people to come here, safe haven. I feel it's like your home gym, right?
So talking about your staff members you have here, obviously to accompany all the members that you have here, what are some hiring standards, some things you look for in your staff that go, you are a great staff member for this gym?
Yeah. So that number one right there is passion. I believe in passion. Passion goes a far way. If you're passionate about, I'm not talking about the work. You're passionate just about the whole, the idea, right? That's my number one thing when I'm hiring. So when I hired all the staff members here, I did them personally. I didn't have our hiring team or anything to had somebody else. I wanted to hire them personally. Reason why, I wanted to talk to them, pitch them my idea. I wanted to give them the idea, and who believed in that idea. Is this something that they agreed with? What are their thoughts on it? So everyone that I hired were passionate about it. This is something they've been looking for. They're passionate about the vision. They're passionate about the idea. Like I said, we're a brand new facility starting from scratch, right? So it's like if they believe in the vision, they believe in the idea, and I can tell, they're passionate about the way they're speaking about it. That was my biggest thing. And that's how our hiring process works. And you can see who's genuinely, right, actually believing it, and you can also see who's not, right? So that's the number one thing about passion. Just passion, because passion goes a far way. You'll do extra things when you're passionate about something.
No, you will, because that's something you can't really teach. You know what I mean? You hire somebody, you can't really teach them passion. You can teach them how to do everything on the list, A to Z, and they might do it, they might crush it, but going above and beyond, they'll never do it. And the thing is, that'll always show too amongst your your members and just anyone that comes through those doors. But
And people see bullshit all the way too.
oh, they do, man, they do. They know who's a poser, who's whatever, right? I mean, think about it. Like, how many places have we been where we kind of know it's like, hey, that guy's just bullshitting. You know what I mean?
Well, that's something like, we know one bad apple will ruin everything, right?
Very true.
So it's always, you gotta be. That's why I do all the hiring process myself, right? And it's face to face. It's not over the phone or interview online. We have a 2-step process: Zoom meeting, and if I feel like, hey, you know what's good, then in person we'll talk in person, just to get to that person in person as well, right?
100%. So even when it comes to this gym, Gaurav, like obviously you have weights. It's a standard gym for everyone that's listening. Standard in regards to, it's got your dumbbells, it's got your Olympic racks and things like that. By the way, I did notice that the dumbbells and everything, they're a little bit more premium too. Yeah. Everything is pretty premium here.
Yeah. So actually the company Genx is my company, so I designed all the equipment. So we manufactured it.
Wait, Genx is
Genx is my company, yeah. So I designed all the equipment. It took over about almost.
Did you start that first? You started Genx first, and then you started Just Hustle.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, you got a lot more to cover here, boys.
No, so like but the gym with Just Hustle was the studio. I started Just Hustle first in 2019 out of my garage at my house. I started that. I've been doing that since 2019. I used to train before that. I used to train outside at other gyms and things like that, just on my own. Not like I wasn't hired under company. So
you're a personal trainer.
Secretly doing training at like these, like going around Club 16 recreation centers and getting kicked out.
They were probably pissed.
Yeah. So then I switched over into our storage garage. We had a fairly big storage garage, 700 square feet storage garage. Renovated that, right? So that's what Just Also first started from. And then Genx is I started Genx. So this is Genx is in Just Also's first facility. So it's not out there yet. I'm going to be launching that. Most likely coming this fall, we'll be launching some equipment online. We have a full story where you can order your equipment. And the way Genx started was when I got this place, I thought about, okay, I got the place now, well, how I'm going to make it different, right? Like design and things like that. And then I'm like, okay, let's look into how you can manufacture your own equipment. So I met some manufacturing company, went overseas, met a lot of people there. It was over about like a year process, not easy process, takes a long time, right? And designed all the equipment, exactly how I wanted it, what I wanted it. Because the thing is, I was designing a luxury facility, a more higher end facility. You can't have just any type of equipment. You can't just put in, this heavyweight, big box equipment in there, right? Just the smallest things. Like you saw some of our equipment, right? Even the handles, the way the handles feel, right? Our machines are not big and bulky machines, but they're meant for strength training. Right, so designing all that type of stuff, the stitching on the seats and everything, what type of stitching you want, white stitching, black stitching, type of colors on the machine. Is it all black or do you want silver handles and things like that, right? The type of rubber, so fully designed, completely everything. So this is the first facility that has it. We've gotten a great response from all of our members at this, like you said, it's premium equipment, luxury equipment. So we wanted to match our fitness club, right? Designed all of our equipment. Genx came up with the company name, and we'll be launching the Genx company coming this September.
No, 100%. Look good, feel good, play good, man. That's what they say.
Yeah.
But even, are you alone on this? Do you have a partner?
No. My brother is my partner with me.
Okay,
and,
I got you.
My equipment, yeah.
I was going to say that's a lot of work, even for two people, man. This is absolutely.
So me and my brother together, we do for all the equipment. Genx is our company we started with. Okay. I pitched the idea to him, and he said, you want to do it? Let's do it, right? Because I knew I can't do it by myself.
Of course. Well, you're doing the gym and that, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So that's impossible to do, right? So having the helping hand with that, and then we had somebody that helping us overseas. So yeah, it was a good journey. Like first designing it all,
of course,
but a lot of work.
100%. Have you, I guess, because being busy with Genx and especially Just Hustle, have you kind of been able to hand things off to like maybe some employees, like being able to you found leaders like within your organization that you've kind of been able to hand things off to, so if you're not here for which reason, that you're in good hands? So
I have a big helping aspect from my girlfriend. So so my girlfriend, she's been freaking amazing. When we first met, I told her about my dreams, my vision and everything. She's like, yeah, listen, I'm with you, whatever help you need. So she's a partner with me in Just Also, you can say. We're partners together. Yeah. So I know that if anything, if I'm can't be here, for example, this was like a couple of weeks into opening, there's a whole overload of work, right? Body gets tired, gets drained, and it hit me after, right? I completely crashed. 2 weeks ago, I crashed. I woke up sick. I was completely dead. I couldn't get up, right? And for me, it wasn't like, oh my God, I'm not going to be there. Who's going to be there? We just opened up, right? I already knew, right? My girlfriend's going to take care of it. So having that big, massive difference, helping, overload with that, making decisions and things like that. It's very hard for one person to make a decision. Having two brains to help with that makes a big difference. So yeah, my girlfriend, she's been there from the start. She's been there, still helping me out. She's still continuing her career as well. But no, I would say with that, big difference.
Oh, no, 100%. No, they say finding a good partner, man, especially when you're an entrepreneur, when you're, those late nights, early mornings, and you have that partner who gets it, that fully believes in your dreams, even though when it sucks for them, because when it sucks for them too, right? Like I'm married as well. And dude, like my wife, there's late nights, schedules all over the place. She'll ask me every day, so what's going on? And so what do you got going on today? Because it's different pretty much every day. So, and the main question is this. Is do you need 1 or 2 lunches today? That's one question. If it's like a 12 or, you know what I mean? Do you need 1 or 2 lunches? What time will you roughly be home instead of what time will you be home? And then the third, just call me if anything changes. Those 3 things I always get asked.
Yeah, and a lot of sacrificing, right? You gotta sacrifice a lot of date nights, sacrificing a lot of travel time. You gotta, push back a lot of things. Yeah. But at the end of the day, when you got a great partner with you, you guys believe in the vision together, right? You guys trust each other. It'll go far away. You're gonna, at the end of the day, like they said, nothing easy, nothing good comes easy, right? You gotta go through those tough times and all that. You gotta do a lot of sacrifices to get to a place, and that's what we know. When we, like I said, we talked about it before, and we know this. Right now, what we're currently going through is these are the times. These are the times that you're sacrificing. This is what you gotta do to live your dream, right? Right. So yeah. Big difference.
So getting this idea to open up a luxury gym with a limited amount of people, and then create your own weights. Where did you pull that from? Was there other gyms or other entrepreneurs you pulled that idea from, or did you and your brother go, we got to scrap everything, we got to do everything ourselves and start from scratch?
So one story. So I actually traveled in, I think it was 2022. I went to LA and I went to Vegas, also went to San Diego, checked out a couple of gyms there. And it was just eye-opening. When I went there, especially especially in LA, saw a few gyms out there and I was like, holy, I wish we had something like this there. And there weren't massive gyms. It's not like LA Fitness or anything. These very, boutique type of facilities, clubs and stuff like that. When I saw those gyms out there, I was like, wow, this is something that we're missing here. We need to bring this here. If there's a gym like this here, I would get a membership. I'll pay $200-$300 for it. I don't care, right? The type of gym that I saw. So I got that type of idea from there. But I think it was the design concept was like, no, you can't copy somebody's design. You gotta, if there's somebody that did it one time, they're the person that did it, right? So I'm like, okay, design concept, we're gonna come up with something completely different. So the way that we designed the facility and how we got the idea, I worked with the interior designer. I told him, hey, listen, this is what I'm looking for. I want different. So we worked together for probably like 6-7 months, back and forth, changing the design. No, we gotta do this, we gotta adjust this, etc. So that's where the facility concept came from. So by traveling, going through the experiences, seeing different things, not within just Vancouver or just Canada, but actually going out there in the States. That's where I got some of those ideas from. And then for the equipment, this was just actually, it was out of the blue. It was like, because my thing was like, I was actually gonna name the equipment Just Hustle. But then my brother was like, hey, you know what, like you're gonna have a brand, okay, Just Hustle is a brand, right? You don't wanna mix things up either, right? If this is something that you wanna go forward with, right? With equipment-wise and things like that, let's not mix it up. Just Hustle is the main brand, right? That's our goal, to push that out there. For Just Hustle, we're building a community. We're not gonna confuse it with gym equipment, right? In that type of way. So that's why we, decide, okay, you know what? Let's just try. What's the worst thing that can happen? All the equipment arrives is broken. We're missing pieces, right? Yes, some pieces are missing and things like that. That did happen. But the thing is, we got some good people out there that they're on top of it. So yeah, just like where we got the equipment idea, it was just out of the blue. Like honestly, it wasn't something that we thought about. We were just sitting there and just like, you know what, should we just try designing equipment? Let's just try it, right? And then went forward with it. First we named it Just Hustle, then we changed all that, like, hey, let's come up with a different name. And then I came up with Genx, and that's how we came forward with it. Yeah.
Dude, that's absolutely amazing, because you're like, it's almost nice to separate the two of them, because then you have you can take them in two different avenues.
Exactly.
If you guys decide like, hey, like we want to make this equipment mainstream, or we want to put this in other gyms that aren't just hustle, you have that option where if it was just hustle equipment, then kind of get limited by
Even
that.
with our equipment, it's not meant for big box facilities. It's not that type of. It's meant for like these luxury higher end facilities and home equipment too. Right, you want something nice. You want to build a nice gym in your house. You want some, 2-3 really good machines. That's what we're focusing on. So having that idea, yeah.
No, definitely. One thing that just kind of clicked with me too. It's like even just talking about. I'm sure you have like business owners and entrepreneurs and stuff like that come to this gym too. One thing that kind of clicked with me as I'm just kind of sitting here and just kind of taking this all in is that a lot of people, they oftentimes ask, it's like, oh, how do I get in front of the right people? How do I network? How do I find a mentor? All these different type of things. Well, networking events obviously is the most cliche go-to answer, which is true. But other part of it's like, why do you think people pay more to live in certain neighborhoods? Why people pay to be part of like these clubs, downtown Vancouver, wherever the hell it is? Well, this is another example. This gym that we're sitting in now, if you want to get in front of other business people, because one thing that was when we first met when I came, you're just like, dude, someone got a deal done like the first week of being open. I was like, that's nuts. Two guys that never met each other before just started going to the gym and they got a deal done.
The gym is underrated for marketing, man.
Oh yeah,
for like networking. I mean,
for networking, yeah.
It's amazing for networking. Right?
Yeah, so I know I took a different route there, but I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm just sitting here just kind of just thinking about all these different types of things. But even the Fit Genx, because you could source that out whatever which way. At the same time, on the back end, still build up Just Hustles, and who knows, maybe we'll see one in LA one day.
Oh yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Right, that's the goal long term.
What is the goal for you in scaling? Do you guys have something in the front of mind now? Or are you guys more focused on making this location get the 300 members, or?
So our long-term goal is we will be a franchise. That's our goal. But the way we're going to be a franchise is we will open up one more in BC, a lot more bigger, and have a lot of more amenities. I won't disclose that yet. It'll be a surprise. But we're working on something very big coming down in the future. It's going to be something different, very special. So we're not just focusing on this. We're ready on to the next step, right? That we're focusing on. And the way Just Hustle will be is we'll be opening up in different provinces. So we'll be one more here, a lot more bigger one. This is the main hub, right? This is the baby that's starting, and then we'll have one more, the bigger one, and then from there we'll be opening up in different provinces, and then hopefully expanding on down there to the States. Yeah. So franchise, correct. Yeah.
Go talk a little bit about like your journey opening this gym up, because like it definitely was not easy. I can just even look at the finishing in here and just like making sure everything's like on point, because if you're gonna build something luxury, you're gonna build something like that's your niche, it has to be spot on, because otherwise people will call it out right away. Even let's just say I'm looking at these mirrors right now, like the strip lighting behind it. If, like, let's just say one of the strip lightings weren't working, someone's gonna point that out and be like, I'm paying this much for this, so why does this look like this? You know what I mean? Yeah. So talk about that, like the journey of building this place.
Journey was a long journey, long hours, right? And one thing is, though, I was very blessed for, you can say. So I come from a development family, right? Builders, and having that in the background, having that knowledge, and like I said, having the help from my brother. So he helped me along with this. He has a lot of experience in this aspect, so he helped me a lot. So without that help, it wouldn't have been possible. I learned a lot while building this facility, but like I'm saying, long hours. So we got our key on February 5th. Okay. We were late. This gym just also was supposed to be opened up in September 2023. Yeah. Right, that's how it was big. A lot of delays on the back, not from our end, just the landlord said a lot of delays. We got our key February 5th, and my goal was I want to open up by end of March. We opened up our facility was done within 2 months. It was April 7 or 8, we'll fully finish, our cleaners were in here. Okay. So I'm talking about 2 months of just complete grinding. Grinding meaning we were in here when we did we had the concrete cutters come in, we were in here shoveling. I called my friends down, right, it was like 5-6 of us, we're shoveling, getting things done. We got our concrete cut and we got our concrete poured in, caught all the rocks, everything. There was a lot of digging that had to be done. 2 days, got that done. Right after that, permit passed, boom, framing in. Framing done, 2 days. Like bang, back to back. Everything was just lined up, we're on top of it. But that's what I mean, like it was early mornings, 6-7 a.m. being here, no weekends, the weekends were gone. Like we didn't even know, I'm talking about within that span of 2.5 months, I lost 10 pounds. Like I was, yeah, the same with my brother. We both cut down weight because we were here, probably eating like once, twice a day. Like I'm talking about long hours on top of it. On top of it, if I couldn't make it, he was here making sure, right? Or if he couldn't, he would say, these are guys you got to call, make sure you're on top of your contractors, getting things done. Yes, there was mistakes made, things were adjusted, colors had to be adjusted, a lot of stuff that we went through to get here. But our biggest thing is we're not rushing anything. We want to get things done on time. If we want to do this, we got to know, hey, listen, we got to be on top of our stuff. 100%. So like I'm talking like, I lost 10 pounds. When I started this journey, when we started, I was weighing at 200 pounds. I remember on the grand opening day, some people I didn't see after a while, like family members, and they're like, holy, what happened to you? What happened to you? I checked my weight, I think I was around 192, so like around 8 pounds I lost, yeah. 192, 190, like around there. Yeah, very big noticeable. I cut down a lot of weight, and I didn't realize that. But that's what happens, right? You gotta do what you gotta do to get there, right?
You gotta wear that medium shirt on opening day so you can still see the gains.
It's definitely something to remember. I have some videos on my phone. Like I'm talking about like being here at like that 6, 7 a.m. time. That same day, still another video at 2 a.m. here working. Like it was things like that. And I'm not saying like it wasn't just, you can't just, expect somebody, you hire somebody, hey, you gotta do the work. No, you gotta be here. Like, hey, come on. Like if they see you here for that whole time, so you've been here with them, 2 a.m. We had our floor guys here one day until 4 a.m. who did our tiles and that. Yeah. They grinded it out with us, and they're like, listen, and we're like, hey, listen, we'll be here with you guys. Like, they're here till 4 a.m. I told him, we need this stuff done. Like, come on, please. And he's like, you know what? We'll do it. Those 4 guys here till 4 a.m. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's absolutely nuts. That's
unheard
unheard
of.
of.
That needed to be done. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to your team, man. Shout out to your team that made this.
Yeah. No, big shout out.
And then even then, Gaurav, like a lot of people like, speaking on your journey of you starting this place, that's nuts. Like building this place, you were right in the middle of it when it came to construction. A lot of people would think, job's done, business has started, time to rake in the money.
Oh no,
not true. It's just those are just the things you got to do. After that, that's when the hard work begins. Like when it comes to getting people to sign up, letting people know you're here first and foremost. Like this is where we are. This is what you do. Getting your story out there. Like a lot of our listeners. We are a business podcast, so a lot of people that are into business, looking to get into business. We have this very glorified vision of like what business should be in our mind. Once you start the business, money comes in, and then off you go, private jets, vacations, and stuff. But that hard period. People don't realize that hard period can last like 3-5 years sometimes. Yeah,
it can last a long time, right? Like that. When I knew in the beginning, like this thing my dad always told me, he's like, listen, like you're gonna do this, right? You gotta understand you're just starting. Like you're starting completely from the bottom. You have to understand that, right? This is your thing. Don't think that you're gonna open up and that's it. You're good to go. You're sacrificing a whole ton right now, but you gotta understand, you do it, you'll end up where you want to be, right? So I was taught that in the beginning, and I always kept that in my mind. Like listen, like I had a lot of family members and just like friends that like you did it, man, you made it, the vision you set up. Because I always talk about my visions, right? Like I believe I'm very big believer in manifestation. So I like talking about it. It's not an ego. It's just a thing personally where I'm like, I tell you about it. Hey, listen, I'm gonna do this, and you might give me a shit response back. Like, yeah, this guy's just bullshitting, just saying he's over his head right now, right? No, you can ask my friends or anybody back in 2019. I remember when I was cleaning the storage garage out. I had a blue bin at the front of the house, cleaning, throwing everything out, complete shit. Those rats running out, like a lot of stuff. And I remember I was telling my friends, I have a picture. It was us 4. I was like, hey, one day watch, I'm open up a sick facility. Just watch. And I talked about it. Those same friends told me like, yo, you said what you wanted to do, right? Aren't you happy? Like you made it now. I was like, no, this is like, I'm like, no, I just started from the scratch again, right? Because I know it's the first step, right? You're taking a step to the next part now. But there's a lot more tougher times to come. 100%. Right? But you gotta fall in love with the process. That's
you do, because once you've done it, like okay, now you've opened the gym, but you've created a new baseline where the baseline was before was starting the gym, meeting with architects, being here with the tile guys. That was the baseline of busting your ass. But now the baseline's like, hey, the gym's already started. Doesn't mean I'm starting. That's the baseline. Gym's open, and now you've created a new baseline where it's just like getting X amount of members, making X amount of phone calls every single day, training your staff every single day, meeting with the right people. No, it is a journey, brother. And like you said, you have to love it, because if you don't love it, it's gonna suck.
Possible, because if you're waking up dreading it, I gotta go again. Like right now, like the way right now I'm working, I've been working like since we opened up. I'll wake up at 4 a.m. I'll open up the facility at 5 a.m. I'll get my work in because we open up at 5 a.m. Open up at 5 a.m. I usually get home by 8:39 p.m. So working, yeah. So sometimes one time I did it twice so far. I worked full shift from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. I'm talking about I had bloodshot. I didn't feel like anything. I was driving home, didn't feel like I'm driving the car wheel or anything. I was like, okay, I can't do that. That's too much, right? I tried it for 2 times. Tried it the first day that we opened up, and then I tried it just like last week I tried it because we couldn't have one of our employees calls in sick, couldn't make it. So then now I'm like, okay, I'll stay here now. I'm okay, it's just 4 hours, right? And then I was like, okay, I'm falling asleep. So I'm like, okay, I gotta do something. So I got a workout in. But even the workout was dreading it. I couldn't. My body couldn't do it. But like, these long hours, these are the type of things that I always keep them back on. What keeps me going that way is like, you know what, this is what's gonna make you. This is what builds character. So me, I still remember like, before opening up the gym, like, going into bed, it was normal. Now when I go into bed, I was like, oh, bless, right? Like I get to, this is peace of mind, right? But the thing is like, I'm excited to wake up the next day. I'm ready to go, right? Like my girlfriend was like, don't worry, don't open up, I'll open up for you tomorrow. I was like, no, it's all good, I'll open up.
It's like when it's your baby. Jazzy, remember when we first started finally taking days off? So we worked 100 days in a row when we opened the supplement house. 100 days in a row, like in a row every day. And then it felt like what, bro? Like it was guilty not being there.
I remember one day he'll be like, yo, you could take a day off. I'm like, I don't want to take a day off, bro.
Yeah. He's like, I'll just come anyway. I'm there, and then Jazz pulled up. He's like, what's going on? I was like, bro, I'm like, dude, just go home and rest. He's like, nah. He's like, what am I gonna do? Because like that, it consumes you. It's your life, right?
It's like your baby, right? You're just, it's hard to, you can't just let go.
No,
right?
you can't.
But you gotta listen to your body too.
Yeah. And one thing I want to point out too, guys, Gaurav's 23 freaking years old. What's taking me back right now is his mindset. He has experience. He's talking like he's 40 years old right now. So talk on that, man. Like, how did you build this mindset? How did you kind of, get to kind of where you are? Because like, of course, having the resources, having the knowledge, and starting off in like a much smaller facility and telling your friends back in 2019, I'm going to do this one day. I'm going to do this one day. That's one aspect of it. But even still having the humility and having the mindset of, no, I want to keep growing. Like, how do you think you developed it?
So I've always watched who I surround myself with. And I've always surrounded myself with older people, older than me. And I'm talking about like my dad's friends. I'm talking about that. And they're like 50, 54, 55 years old. And if my dad's going to an event or wherever it is, can I come? I'm going to come with you. So the small things like that. And my dad was really on top of us in that way. He would bring us out because he knew. If I bring them out, they're going to see, the group them with the type of conversations I used to hear at a young age, and now I hear, back then when I was young and I never really wanted to go, I'm like, why is he dragging me to, I want to go, right? And then, because of that, I started to developing that part of, like you said, talking like a 40-year-old. And just hearing those conversations, seeing what they're talking about, like, holy, it's eye-opening. Like, wow, look what they're talking about. I want to be there one day, right? And seeing all the experiences. So from that's one thing for sure. And the other thing is, I've always really been in my own world. I just I'm not talking about just not to myself, I'm saying, but more in my own world of just having that, having my vision, having my goal, and then how can I work on that? Like, how can I become better? And how do I become this person that I want to become? So a lot of watching podcasts, right? People that I look up to, like for example, I watch a lot of Ronaldo videos of his interviews, Andrew Tate, like all the Conor McGregor, Dana White, like all these guys. I watch their podcasts. I see the successful people. I'll go research on them. What do they do? What's their routine look like, right? Jeff Bezos, his routine, like I was watching this video and he's like, 10 a.m., he's like, everything, he's like, I'll wake up at 6 a.m., from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., he's like, it's my time to do self-care. He's like, I hit the gym, he's like, I'll read the newspaper, I'll do my meditation, etc. 10 a.m. is like, I tell my assistant that's when my first meeting starts. From 10 a.m. to, I think so it was 2 or 3 p.m., he's like, that's my meeting time. He's like, because after what happens at 2 or 3 p.m., he's like, my brain slows down. I can't think after that. So seeing what these successful people do, I started researching them. What do these guys do? How do I become this thing? How are these successful? And following that, and I started putting that in. Right? That's how my day works. I now wake up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. I hit the gym. From 5 to 7 a.m. I hit the gym. There's no phone. I don't go on TikTok. Don't do any of that. I straight just the gym. 2-hour gym session, sauna, use all that. Clients come in, etc. I'll be done my clients usually by 10, around, actually it depends on the day, usually by 12 o'clock done my clients. And then depending on how much of workload I have, from 12 to 3, max 4 p.m. I can push it as my computer work. Anything I gotta do on the computer, I get it done. And when you're focused, you can get done your computer work like that. Like 2-3 hours done, right? You can have a lot, it can look like a lot, but if you're focused and you're thinking straight, you can do it. So these things I learned from people like that, researching, watching their interviews, what they're talking about, right? Ronaldo, he always talk about, You got to be physically, mentally fit. First thing is that you got to be mentally, it's all about your mentality, then focus on your physical. I used to focus on my physical health, I didn't care about my mental health. Then I started learning when I started taking a toll on my body, started, the way I started being, like, you go through your tough times, I've been through tough times and things like that. And just learning from that, okay, then I started focusing more on my mentality, my mental health and things like that. Who am I surrounded? Like, those things, it's the small things, not the big things. And I feel like because of those small things and putting that in is what led me to the way I am this day. Like I said, other thing is I believe in manifestation. To become who you want to become, you got to change the person you are right now. If you want to become this multi-million businessman, you got to start to act like a multi-million businessman before you even become it. That's the only way it's possible. I took that in, I started putting that into myself. Like, okay, being at like 17 years old, I started acting this type of way. Even though I was 17, nothing in my bank account, zero, but I acted like I'm this type of person. And it started working. So same thing, when I opened up my studio in Delta, the small studio, I act like I'm a gym owner. That led me to doing this, right? So those type of things, this research, studying other people, surrounding myself around these people, is what I can say what led me to who I am today.
100%. And don't you feel like it's not like a one size fits all either? Like when it comes to, especially like when I was first was really getting into this, I'd find myself trying to duplicate like whatever one guy did. Like if they had like a 3-hour morning routine, I would do it. Then I'd be like, well, that doesn't really work for me. You know what I mean? It's all about like finding what works for you. Check out like 5, 6, 7, 8 guys, like guys that you admire. Like you said, you named like 4 or 5 guys there, right? And then just picking and choosing like what works for you. Maybe waking up at 4 a.m. isn't for you. Maybe it's 7, maybe
100%.
it's 8, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you're not going to be successful because you don't wake up at 4. But what it comes down to is just getting yourself in front of these people, listening to them over and over again. Manifestation, another big thing. And slowly and surely you will become the person that you're trying to become. And then what else? Chances are someone else is going to be listening to you and taking things from you.
And like you said, like waking up at 4 a.m. I don't like waking up at 4 a.m. I don't like waking up at 4 a.m.
If you did, I'd probably call you a liar.
I hate waking up at 4 a.m., but I have to do it, right? It's a part of my routine, so on my schedule. I wish I wake up at 10 a.m., right? So like when I have my day off, like I started after like my body took a big toll. After crashing, I thought I was Superman and I can just keep working. Long as just I couldn't do that when I took a toll. So now what I do on Sundays, I won't come in the morning. So when I get to sleep on Sunday, I'm sleeping until 12 o'clock, till 1 o'clock. I'm not waking up. My family knows no one comes in my room, no one wakes me up. So I love sleeping. I love my sleep, right? But yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of waking up at 4 a.m., but I have to do it. So that's why I make my routine according to that. I don't want to stay here until 8, 9 p.m. I have to do it, right? I wish I could, when I'm finished, like sometimes, there might not be anybody in the gym, but you still have to be here, right? That's the thing that you have to understand even before you're just going to take any step into either opening up a business or whatever it is, right? You got to know what's the sacrifice that's going to come with it. There's going to be times it's not rainbows and sunshine, right? There's things that you're not going to like to do within business. I don't like doing paperwork. I don't like doing paperwork, but I have to do those things, right? There's things that you enjoy doing. There's things that you're not going to enjoy doing, but that's what the sacrifice part comes in, right? But yeah, like you said, it depends on your schedule, right? Make your schedule accordingly, what suits you. And like I said, you focus on these different individuals. Not every person's routine is going to fit you, or you might not believe what he's saying, but you might believe what he's saying, right? Like, for example, the manifestation where I learned that from was Conor McGregor. There's a video of him and Ronaldo talking. He was asking Ronaldo, hey, well, you have a jet right now, you have this. And he's like, I'm going to get it soon. He's talking about it, right? And then he talks about all these videos. I'm like, okay, he talked about it. And his fights when he's like, I'm going to end his fight by a left hook, whoever he is, maybe Jose Aldo or something like that.
Fight, yeah. I pictured it, and there's clips of him.
There's clips of him doing that.
Practicing that exact punch, and he did it.
Exactly. I never believed in manifestation. I'm like, these guys what is this bullshit, right? Talking about, if you see it, it will happen. I'm like, no, man, okay, I'm talking about $1 million, it might happen. No, it's not that. It doesn't work like that, right? So seeing that, then I started seeing him, then I started inputting that into my life, and I was like, oh, wow, like this is true. When you start going through it, I was like, wow, this is true, right? So you gotta see what way you follow it. Everyone's lifestyle is different.
If you see and believe it every day, it's no matter what, it's gonna happen, man.
100%.
100%. And what are some things that you do on a daily basis that keep you in check, keep your health all in line? Obviously, working out for sure, but manifestation. Do you meditate? Do you take some time to yourself, journaling? What kind of stuff do you do?
I've tried meditation. I still gotta work on that. Like I tend to off focus a lot, but I pray a lot. So I pray a lot. First thing I do, my mom taught me this, is every morning before I leave the house, I have to go to a prayer room and do could be a 10-second prayer or anything. That's the first thing. When I'm driving here, I listen to like a prayer. I do that. And then before going to bed, I will play like a 5-minute thing, just that. And that reason why I do that, one thing is keeps me calm, right? And it just keeps me, like for myself, it's just personally, it keeps me good, right? I feel happy when I do it. Anytime I'm going through something, I'll pray, or I'll go to the temple, right? I'll go do that. It's just me, for me personally, I need that. And when I don't, I'll feel off. I'll feel like a little bit on the edge, and I'm like, okay, I gotta, like reconnect, you can say. So that's one of the big things that I do. Another thing my other thing is, I'm a big foodie, right? Don't think that, hey, I'm a gym owner, I'm a personal trainer, I eat crazy healthy, it's not that. I'm a big foodie, right? Like I'm a big burgers guy, wings and stuff like that. So my thing is, I try to keep it Monday to Friday, try to eat healthy as much as possible. I'll make healthy decisions. But like, Friday night, I'll go out to eat, or I will, order something, like the thing that. Saturday, same thing. Either I'll order something and have something. And like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like I keep that for whatever, eat whatever. Still try to make a healthy decision, but I'll eat whatever. That's just it keeps me balanced. And then Monday to Friday that morning, I'll try to eat clean. And like these type of things, they work for me, right? I can't eat healthy every single day. Like I said, I'm a big foodie. It's not gonna work for me. I'll find this boring then, right? And then like working out, having a routine. Another big thing I really do is checklist. Very big thing on checklist. Like it's either if I don't do it the night before, I'll do it the first thing when I wake up in the morning. I'll make a checklist. I'm talking about the smallest thing of okay, what time I wake up, what time I eat breakfast, what time I shower. Does I have it? Reason why it sounds very dumb. Like what time you eat breakfast, what time you what if you get late? It's not for that. It's just when you make that check off your list, and when you lay in bed like, holy, I went through my whole list, or even like 3/4 of a list. It's just a feeling that you get. So I started doing that, and I forgot who it was. It's the same thing. Another like role model that said, hey, you should start doing a checklist. I thought it was very dumb. Then I actually started doing it, and now I can't go throughout a day without having a checklist. And it could be like I could probably have nothing in the day. I just be what time's my workout. If I gotta call somebody, if I gotta even go to the bank or whatever it is, I have every single thing noted down in my checklist. And
the little victories, right?
Things, 100%.
The little victories add up to the big one. People look at big victories and they think, oh, it went from 0 to 100 and that was it. But they didn't see that somebody took 100 little steps to get up there.
And
right?
that's
and that checklist is key.
Yeah, that's like, and if you invest into stocks, right? When you buy in early, you're there, and then when it hits, it hits. But it's like, okay, within maybe 2 days, you went up 100%. But it's like, I've been holding for a whole year. Yeah. I've been down for a whole year, right? So it's like, it's the same type of thing. It's a small wins, and it'll build up to that big one. It's just consistency, patience, right?
100%. And then one of the things I wanted to ask you about as well is your marketing for this gym. Because typically for big box commercial gyms, their marketing is to everybody, and this is a gym for everyone. It's got something for everyone. And along those lines, how do you guys market this gym to show that it is a unique place to be, luxury and community? So
one thing is our biggest advantage in that way is showing off the facility, right? The way the facility looks. When somebody steps in, every reaction that we get, wow, this is a nice facility. Like every single person, right, that walks in, like, oh, luxury, that's the first thing that comes in. So one thing is we're showing the facility, showing all the amenities that we have to offer. Other thing is the vibe. We show the vibe, right? Just like we're always posting on our stories when people are here working out, just showing how the vibe is. Just a simple, very plain photo, video of just the whole thing. Currently, people like today in the morning we posted a story. We got some responses back. Hey, the sick music playing. Like the vibe looks sick. Can I come check it out? Just that very simple. Promoting the vibe of the facility, because when you see a video, you can tell, right, how it is. So that's the other thing, and then just the lifestyle aspect. So we host one thing about the facility is we host events every month. So our first event just happened past Sunday. It was a wellness event. So it's free for all of our members. If you're not a member, there's always like a registration fee. So that's one of the benefits that you do give as becoming a Just Hustle member. All of our events that we host are free, totally free. So we just did a wellness event. We hosted a mat Pilates yoga fusion class, and then we had a cold plunge company come out, and they did that, and then we also offered some free refreshments after we were done. Our next event is coming on June 29. We're the first ones here. We're hosting a Just Hustle Summer Games event on June 29.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, Yeah, so we're going to be launching that this week. So the way it works is you make a team of 4 players, you register. If you're a member, there's no registration fee. If you are not a member, it's a $10 registration fee, which you'll pay the day of the event. You register your team, and you come out with your team name, register all the players. You pick a time slot, the time that you want to come on June 29, which is a Saturday. It's a long weekend too as well. And what it is, we have a 10 exercise obstacle course. You got to complete the obstacle course as fast as possible. The winning team, we have a grand prize, is a $250 Cactus Card gift card. You also get, your whole team gets a 1 month free membership at Just Hustle, and then on top of that you get Just Hustle merch, and also you get the whole team gets a trophy, and there's one main trophy because this is we're gonna do every year. So it's our first annual summer games, then we're gonna do it year after year after year.
We got
Bro,
some work to put in, boys.
You got 1.
You're handicap over here,
3,
bro. What do you mean?
Yeah, I can't. I'm probably gonna. I'll probably be coaching. Like, yeah, I'll go, boys.
Well, that's why we're gonna release the course this week, so the team everyone can start preparing for it. We want to make it in the way it's like you actually want to win, right? So Cactus is down the road, so when you win, the winning team heads to Cactus.
That 250's gone right away.
250's going the first round.
Yeah, that's the whole goal of it, right? We want everyone to come out. It's a community event. Right?
Yeah,
We'll have some
that's a
food and
sick
stuff
idea,
like that.
actually. I like that.
So we're
It's a
good.
really dope idea.
The weather's getting nice, so it'll be good. So that's our next event, and then after that, we're also in July. We'll have another event. We're gonna be doing a car show.
Oh,
So
nice.
a lot of people that like cars and things like that. We're gonna have an exotic car show here at Just Hustle. So
I'm sure some of your members have some pretty sick whips too.
Yeah, for sure. So we have a lot of cars come out and things like that. So we're doing a lot of these events for our members and create that community thing.
No, because say Connor and Jets, because for the game. So we actually have one of our partner, Arvin. He's actually missing. He's really sick. So his voice just sounds like it's probably best. Sorry, Arvin, love you, bro. But that he's not here today. He's gonna infect all of us. But there's 4 of us. Hey, we might have to take a look at that, guys. Come out here.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. You guys have
Yeah.
to come. You guys have to. It's a fun event. It's
June
a good
29th?
event. June 29th, Saturday. Yeah, first time, so it opens up the stadium. Yeah, throw it in your calendar. It's open to everybody, right? So whoever wants to come register your team, 4 players, right? And you also, it's not, it's focusing on strength, your conditioning, all of that. Like for example, some of the exercises we have a sprint treadmill. Everything's gonna be outdoors, so not inside. The weather's nice, so it's gonna be a kilometer. You gotta.
But I can run fast. I run.
Yeah, all good. So it's like a kilometer you gotta complete on the sprint treadmill. So for example, say I step up first, I'll complete maybe 100 kilometers, 100 meters. Boom, you step on, you might do 200 meters. It's one by a time, but it's not. You gotta complete one station at a time. So all 4 members can do that, but it's like 1 member at a time. So we have another it's 100 reps for 20-pound dumbbells, shoulder press. So quickly, maybe you might do 30. Okay, you're tired now. Karn steps in and you do 20 reps. It's like that. So you're just going. So it's not like 1 person at a time. Yeah. So teams, it's a team building thing. So you gotta have a strategy as well. Okay, who's the most? Who has the most endurance? Who has the most stamina? Okay, who should go first? Who should go second? So it's you gotta be very.
I got you. Yeah, I like that. That's a really cool concept.
Sounds like a fun day, man.
That does sound like a fun day.
Yeah.
Fun thing. You used to have what's that thing called in elementary school? What was it?
Sports
Play
day.
this?
Sports Day, yeah. Well, I live for Sports Day. I still remember all the Sports Day highlights in my head right now. Yeah, when I kick some ass.
It is 16 and plus, so you have to be 16 and plus to enter as well.
And you get some athletes that go here too, so it's not gonna be a walk in the park.
Yeah,
either.
so you guys start recruiting some players.
Yeah, no shit.
Drop some.
Speaking of athletes, girls, off topic here. You were an athlete too, right?
Yeah, I still am. Still play.
To play soccer?
Yeah, still
Speak
play
on that journey a little bit. How was that? And how that translate over to here?
That was my first dream. I wanted to become a professional soccer player. A lot of ups and downs and things like that, but I did have the opportunity to go for a tryout in Portugal when I was 15, and because of that, I went for a tryout in Portugal. It was a Div 1 youth team. So I was 15 and I got selected. Got called a year back and went to go play there for a bit. I got an injury. So when I was back here, actually, when I came back, I was gonna go try out for the Whitecaps, right? And I got an injury, so that got postponed. So when I was injured, that's where I realized a little bit that maybe this is not my dream, and that's when I really got into working out. Because I went through a dark phase in my life especially when I came back. Because as a kid, that was my only focus. I had no idea what else I wanted to do in my life. I'm like, I'm gonna become a soccer player. This is what. But when I went there, right, I did my tryout, got back the next year, was there, and I was like, okay, this is real. This is hard. This is not easy, right? So when I was there, I was like, wow, this is gonna be tough, right? When you come from everything, you gotta go somewhere again, starting from scratch. And at that time, I didn't have the mindset. I didn't have the mentality about I'm willing to sacrifice everything. I was 15. I'm late born, so born December. I went in. That time I was in the summer in July, tried out, got called back the next year, so I was 16 at that time. I was going to turn 17, July, and then I started, that's when I got called back, started playing. And I realized, like this is not easy. This is not tough, and this is very tough. And I just didn't have the mindset mentality at that age, and I wasn't ready for it. Came back, and when I came back here, I got an offer from the Whitecaps to come try out for their second team, and I was playing here. I was training, and I was playing with the men's team here. At that time, the men's team was Div 2, Div 3. First game, boom, got injured. Completely tore my ligaments, and then I broke my ankle. So all three, and the story of that's crazy actually. So the first game of the season, I scored 2 goals. Right, it's first half's about to end. Boom, got hit, but both sides. Boom, I didn't feel anything. Went to the hospital because I couldn't walk on it. Went there, they was just a sprain. I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm still good. Because my Whitecaps tryout was in October. And this is September, first week of September when the season started. Just get a couple games.
And you scored 2 goals first game. You're killing it.
And my trial was in October. I got injured, and then I was like, oh, my thing's over, right? Because like I said, that was my only focus, soccer. I didn't think about anything else, right? And my parents supported me, and they didn't even care that much about school. This is your thing, go do it. I'm like, that's so much to do. I realized, okay, it's going to be hard out there. Came back here, Whitecaps, etc. Got injured, and then, the leg gets a sprain. I'm like, okay, perfect, I'm good. I woke up the next day, everything, and then just chilling, couldn't walk on it, swollen. I remember at nighttime, I was eating dinner, I got a phone call from Fraser Health. My mom picked up the phone. Like, is Gaurav there? And I'm like, why is Fraser Health calling? It's like 8 o'clock, right? And they called, and like, is Gaurav? Like, yeah, I'd say, hey, we need you to come back to the hospital. There's been a mistake. I was like, what the? And I start tearing up. I was like, what do you mean? Like, I was mumbling, right? I couldn't talk on the phone, right? So my dad grabbed the phone from me, asked, and like, hey, reports came back. He's actually got a crack in his ankle, left ankle, and his ligaments are completely torn, level 3. And then I knew, I'm like, it didn't make sense. And I went back to the hospital, went there, like, yeah, your thing's messed up, etc. Put a cast on. So it was a whole 1 year of recovery. So that's when it really hit me. I'm like, okay, so Whitecaps is gone. That's gone, and I'm 16, right? So I was gonna turn 17, and so from September to December, I went to a really tough time in my life. Meaning, like, what am I gonna do now? Because, like I said, I was always surrounded with people. I always thought about the future, where I want to be, and things like that. So I'm talking about, like, I didn't leave my house. So September to December, I didn't go out, didn't do anything. I would go to school, come back home. At that time, I told my brother, he got me some weights just to work it at home. Then finally built the courage to start going to the gym. I couldn't train. I was always on the field in the beginning, right? It was all soccer, school. Then I started going to the gym, and then I started going to the gym twice a day. Then I started falling in love with the gym. The gym gave me what I used to feel for soccer, that love, that passion. That's what helped me get out. So like I said, September, December, hard, right? It was 4 months, 3 months. Hard time, went through a dark phase in my life during that time, a lot of anxiety and stuff like that, stress, and a lot of stuff I went through. But then, like I said, it was a learning experience. I took my L, but I got back up after those 3-4 months. And I'm like, okay, that happened. I'm still young, man. Okay, what else can I do? Then the gym made me fall in love, and then I started pushing towards that, and then that's how I got into this. Yeah.
It sounds shitty, but like, if that didn't happen to you, you probably wouldn't have had this.
Oh yeah, 100%. I
Right?
probably wouldn't know.
Like that saying, everything happens for a reason, even though if it's gonna suck for a period of, like, there's always is a brighter side, as long as you choose to see it that way.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason. Like, sometimes I do wish, I'm like, okay, this mindset I have now, wish I had it when I was 15. But that happened for a reason. I didn't have that. Yeah. Right? I didn't have that mindset. If I did have that mindset, I probably would have still been in Portugal. But other thing is, like, I thought about that a lot. I'm like, shit, maybe I should have stayed there. Maybe, like, why did I come back? Just take that risk. I didn't take that risk. But that was the thing. I took my first L, right? Okay, you let yourself down, that's fine.
Still good age to take it too.
It's good, yeah. At first I was taking it bad, like, oh fuck, I messed up, man. I should stay there. Why did I come back? I had this in my hand. I just kept staying there, playing. I wouldn't have got injured. Maybe these things were going through my head, like, okay, now I got injured for a reason. God's like, this is your fault. You came back. This is why you got injured. First game for the season, Whitecaps thing is gone too out of the picture, etc. But then, like I said, start going to the gym, start working on, mentally, start watching these I started watching a lot of motivation videos. Like, I'm talking about, that was my thing. Even in the gym, I was listening to not music, motivation. Like, I gotta do something, right? And then, yeah, those 4 months of that, going to the gym, twice a day, and motivation, all that is what helped me. And that's when I started doing this. I'm like, fuck, other people probably go through this too. How do I help these people? Then I started training kids, right? And yeah, started moving forward from that was 2018 then, yeah.
100%. I heard a quote, like, anytime, like, if I'm ever through a pup run, like, I try to be an optimist as well, but when I always repeat it to myself, like, someone's had it worse and they've done it better, right? Someone's had it worse and they've done it better, and it's true. Like, you hear some of the stories, even the stories that these motivational videos and things like that, I'm sure that you've read and that you've watched, that that's what those stories are. Like, look at, like, example, look at The Rock. You feel that football didn't make the CFL, right? Yeah, now look at him. Now look at him, right? Just jacked, but no.
He owns, what is the other one? XFL? What is it called?
XFL, yeah, he
owns
he
that,
bought
right?
it.
He's
Yeah,
the
he
owner of
bought
that,
it. He's
right?
he's a
Like,
part
look at
owner of that. But even him, just like, I mean, there's so many so many examples. Even a lot of like our guests, such as yourself, that we've had on. One very common trait that they have is that they fell flat on their face at some point, like completely failed, didn't know what the hell they wanted to do, went through that hard time, and they came out the other side way better for it.
You gotta be proud of your L's. You gotta take your L's. Take your L's, suck it up, move on to the next thing. That you're like the things you will only like. You know how you build character. You'll only build character going through experiences like that. That's the only way. If you think it's rainbows and sunshine, you will not build character. It's impossible. It's impossible.
Yeah. As long as you decide to do something after you take that L, you better get up after us. If you're gonna feel sorry for yourself, honestly, feel sorry for yourself. Have that
Yeah,
moment,
you're gonna have
right?
that. 100%.
That's okay. Have
It's not
it.
the next
but
day you're gonna
as long
wake
as you
up.
don't stay there. Yeah, and the next day get up and you got to do the work. If you you took an L and you're like, okay, things will get better. They might get a little bit better because someone's gonna give you a pat on the back. Oh, it's okay, bro. It's okay. Whatever. Things will get better, and they will. But ultimately, it's up to you to get up off your ass and change something. Find out why it didn't work that time, and now implement it where you're at now. And just keep on it. Keep just freaking putting pedal to the metal and just get things done.
100%. It took me 4 months, right? It was in the next day. It took me 4 months to
Sometimes
get
it does. It's 4 months.
back up
For
on my
some
feet.
people, it's 4 years,
Yeah,
bro.
oh yeah, 100%. There's never nothing wrong in how long it takes you, but just, the biggest thing I would say in my experience is don't give up. It happens. You can be 30 years, 40 years old, man. Just keep going. Like, there's always a reason why everything happens. Don't blame yourself. Yes, take your time to get yourself back together again. Like I said, the gym was that. Right, and that's why I went forward with this, right? Building a gym and creating that community aspect, and because people go through it, I went through it. The gym was something that helped me out, and just take your time. Take your time. There's no rush, right? But always get back up on your feet.
If anybody's listening needs a gym to go to, Just Hustle Fitness here.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect for that.
Absolutely. And last question here before Karn wraps it up. We're about halfway through this year, and so you got another about 6 months ahead of you. What is the goals that you guys have in mind to hit by the end of the year for this gym?
So our number one goal is, right, we want to get to 300 members. We want to build that community of 300 members. Other goal is we really want to get out there in the community of that community aspect within our facility. We want to get out there where people know Just Hustle, not just a gym. That's one of my main goals right now. Is Just Hustle is not just a gym. We are a lifestyle base where, it's a safe haven, it's a community, it's a networking thing. That's why with these events and things like that, that's why we're doing those. So we really want to build that community aspect. So that's what we're pushing to get to 300 members, slowly keep building that community, hit the 300 members, and then grow our community. Because within the 300 members, there's going to be a lot of members that have memberships here that we're able to network with and work with and grow that aspect. And our events will get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So that's our main focus as of right now, is building our community, building the brand Just Hustle. We want people out there to know what Just Hustle is. It's not just any gym. We're bigger than a gym. We're here for everybody, anyone that wants, starting their fitness journey. This is the place to be. If you're looking for exclusivity, you're looking for a higher end lifestyle, that's what we are. So our main thing is just getting what Just Hustle is. And it'll take the whole year. It'll take It'll take longer than a year, right? That's our main focus at the moment.
100%. And it's very refreshing to always see anytime you enter any type of business, whether it's a supplement company or a gym, where the owner is actually fit and is actually there all the time doing the damn work. You know what I mean?
You got to do it at the start, man.
You have to.
Yeah. Not just some cheeseburger eating fatty in the back room, just sitting there, just just crunching the numbers and things like that. Like, he's actually backing up what he's saying. You know what I mean? He's in here too.
You have to. That's the only way the community will build, right? If I'm here and I'm telling my members my vision, my goal, what we're doing, what our main focus is. I'll tell you, majority of the members that are here right now, we have 140 members at the moment, and I probably signed up 95% of them on my own. I actually conversated with them, right? But that's my thing. I have to. I want them to know, hey, listen, I'm the owner. I'm here for you, whatever you need. If there's any complaints or you think we can do better at, we have members that will tell us, hey, I think maybe you can do better at that, We had one member that, so these weights are here, these hex weights. He doesn't like the circle weights. He's like, is it possible you can give me the hex weights? I had them in my old studio, brought him here, and he's like, you just made my day. Like, who does that? I'm like, this is my thing. I'm building a community. I'll go out of my way to do these things. I want you to be here. I want you to be a lifetime member. And these are the type of things I got to do on my end to make that happen. And I got to back up what I say. And I will always, no matter what, I will always back up got to do, right? And like our staff here right now, you know, some of you're here every single day. You're putting in, like, you know, give us some shifts. I was like, no, I gotta be here. I gotta. You guys have to see me putting in the work. I'm not gonna just leave it on you guys say do this. I want you guys to see me doing the work and how much I care. And if you guys are passionate about it, you know, one day you guys maybe can be able to open up your own facility too.
100%, and that's the only way to duplicate yourself. You got to be there. You got to be there long enough in order to duplicate yourself into one of your staff members.
Leading by example, right? It's if you're not a strong leader, it's kind of hard to follow the vision. But you know, you're in here day in, day out, leading by example, and it's showing off in this facility, man. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Connor, I think we got to do like maybe a little walk to go if that's fine with the camera.
For sure. Yeah,
and just show people what we're talking about
definitely,
here.
Yeah, show around everything, definitely.
No, 100%. And guys, even for viewership, this episode's freaking impressive. He's sitting with Gaurav. I have to keep reminding myself that he's 23 years old. So whether you're double that age or even some of yours, we have a young demographic of people that want to start business, that are in business, that are looking to get better.
You can reach out to me anytime, any questions you have or whatever it is, right? Our company Instagram is Just Hustle Fitness. My personal one is _Just Hustle. So any questions you ever want to reach out, I'm always there. I'll reply. Takes a day or two doing. I will reply. Sometimes messages get sent back to the bottom, things like that. So yeah, any questions, always here.
There you go, guys. And that's Just Hustle. We are in South Surrey. Absolutely, can't say it enough. Absolute beautiful, beautiful facility. And like you said, we'll got some clips of it, guys, so you can see it. But like I was saying, like whether you're 23, 18, or even double that age, it's never too late to start something. Gaurav's had this idea, and he manifested this when he was 19. He's 23 now, and look where we're sitting. Like I said, it's never too late. You're never too early to the game. And we hope you enjoyed this. Gaurav gave his handles, so reach out to him. Reach out to him if you ever wanna speak with them. This all started because I reached out to him, and he replied right back, and now we've formed this friendship. And I'm glad I did message you that day, brother, 100%. So check out Just Hustle, guys. You will not be disappointed, I promise. And until next time, be good.